yi ye be mo sama ye saka ne fie ha ye some for falasa na kwaji aboso so dia ma ye ne atrase ye baba kenkan ye dia som ye kase bodan kwakusu information center ponte edufo so bode de kebe de faade na ya ore usu anto akrobo yesu nti aye yesa my boss sare mo akwapa kenya se brofo yedu maami adwo french no boam wo information center duase kenya se na brem ejabo ayi wetim chama junction lucky boy enso awo faade akate enso aka ho wo nyina na tropete am ye tie fopa etie kase bi de kase boyi abafo kwaso ye sikkafmonline.com african radio the modern Ghana kase boy na mo Facebook live Sikka FM 895 live YouTube ye Sikka FM 895 official TikTok and after Twitter ni nyina ye Sikka FM anyumina insam hodwa ye de besom no ne tofa bobi and say National Democratic Congress me cha NDC abayokore chamai Era Johnson ase edunkete tonton ba kopa owo Ghana manyesemo enne wo chese NDC for said your mighty BST no enne wo mo de atodwa
Vice President Magana Maundu Baubia Anazesia de Katie and Washi Yadawasi Wachia will be a Yamawa.
Coco about the 4 and Romano demo Wamusu Bua Musagina Guamutia Daya. Ama force Magri Coco no do.
Brasebe Denia Wadema a quarter so coincident honorable Prof. Kase3 Kona Nei Wadin and Mabe Aquacha man for 1 hour the Chamoso.
And much less say no bank table for Professor Samba Kwabena Nimbe Bunko was and the inflation now I drop it a crash what across here. One more in the center to maintain your muscle.
National Health Student Association Anazesia almost almost cabin one came no abano won't you?
And you know some become one money as cynical so to some now ya de as some ya mouth for I can kind funny ya me Merantia Brahma me a from Wakafana mene
Burma some coffee Douglas GD and Sanu.
Young track one is why near my dear Dean.
Sikka FM track one yan ya kwaro 89.5 Sikka FM.
Sikka FM 89.5. Yes, Suma Sikka FM 89.5. Yes, Suma Santimai.
Yes, Suma Santimai Ghana ni we singing afei ye wura esomni mo angaza ye frase awo ye NDC amanyokono emu. Enche bia Ghana mampani na adodan kwa akufuado na mumpia mko haba nkese ma do drop can promise wakwamra heba dwafie na sade wo mati bia sitia na ngaza wakwakenkan ma heba dwafie wo wie ye pa anadom kumane sa papa we power we see atamo ye huikwa ke koyefom wo mati bia se de sitia pa tinana wo see anu na abakenkan ma heba dwafie dabi wo ba twantro sadi o mighty BST atwe ma na si dotwa ye botom nyina ye dry sidi haban kro ye ni bie no enye no na abaka ne heba dwafenti yankasa dom kuma no sadi o mighty BST no e ba beka ento amoka ne sane ye ka sa bia ade che ya no omodom so na de abade so afai na NDC abayoko no omodom so na aba ya wo national chairman ye wo wura Johnson ase edunkatia AK opinion I like panties wono ane eye wo mafo bia mudu no anaso mu nyina akra NDC for and watch chirem sade wo manite bia esitie angazangaza mampani na nado dan kwaku for kom na hebadwafie wan kwankwakan obra Johnson ase dunkatia kire sem mampani na nado ote akonwa so yi wani na point is atwa ne ho hye nyina wo ma hyeda kabom wo ma konaive wo ma hyeda komutia pam ho no mo pro wo matete wo mai pasam eno mo du wo mai yewu eno mo twie mi no ma mine gom yem se twom no mo fo adonton omo wi a omo chichiri bi ade akwa ma obobusuafo bo chese enye mampani nkwa na eyeza appointees na ka ne ho nyina wo mo de adwuma mo nyina akomutia bo ma hyeda yomani echese apu omotoche omo yomani sa pani o ifra mabani trem eno mo ku o mayi wo mo firie na Ghana fo ye blidie sa no mani stibiasitie eno ko mra hyebadwafia wantumi ankonka no yenti owura Johnson esedu nkatia.
My brothers and sisters, today, the public debt stock, which stood at 120 billion cedis in 2016, has increased to a whopping 600 billion cedis, while the debt to GDP ratio, that was 56% in 2016, now stands at 103%. It must be underscored that the president and his economic management or mismanagement team actively colluded with the Minister of Finance, Enu Furiata, for the latter to benefit directly from these borrowings through numerous transaction fees, schemes, and scams from the bonds that Ghana issued. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have a look at the table that will shortly be shown on your screens. My brothers and sisters, despite being the luckiest and most resourced government in Ghana's history, the Akufo-Addo Bawumia MPP government has the least to show in terms of socio-economic development. This is because the MPP has used all your money mainly for consumption. This is contrary to the president's claim that his government has used large amounts of monies we borrowed on roads and construction. The president knows he deliberately misled Ghanaians with this claim because he's aware that only a minute amount of the overall resource envelope that has accrued to his government since 2017 has been used for the construction and rehabilitation of roads in this country. The truth is that only an abysmal 1.6% of the total resource envelope of 820 billion Ghana cedis has been spent on roads by this government. Official government of Ghana records show that a whopping 93% of the 820 billion Ghana cedis has been spent on consumption, including Akufo-Addo's 20,000 euros an hour luxurious private jet travels across the world, hired over several months at the expense of taxpayer. It is a tragedy that the president will classify routine minor road repairs such as resealing, reshaping, pothole filling, regraveling, and even the silting of gutters as new road construction. The claim that this government has constructed over 11,000 kilometers of new roads is false and should be completely disregarded. The president should hang his head in shame. Apart from the unsustainable debt of the country, the budget deficit, which stood at 6.1% in 2016, now stands at a whopping 12% under the watch of the Bawumia-led economic management team. This is after it rose to an unprecedented high of 15.7% in 2020, owing to the reckless election-driven spending of the government.
General Chamai, Edema, Elisa Mayokono, Ora Johnson, and said Dunkatia, and watch that say Abano Yaka, Waburibia Guma, Yaka, and a sway, and watch it, Samote say, Mampani Kwakasa, or no, why ya quenching a buyer, Bayina, Mosulu, or just 1 year footy. Was it support or crown or didn't you waguma? No, I can't answer my equai. Was it the hand of crowd say, I may want to take gata more, or to take gata gata, or take gata kekakra. Was my yaquai? I don't know, I can't wire baby. And just one city trace, well, good in 1 month, say, papa, and watch it, and was also a chess, Mam Penny, or Nim say, one mama, your corner house, dear you, or soon to said, then you. I buy cracker, no food on Tony, when it's 10, a soccer crown, a snack, as you know, I buy the song. Mam Penny, to so, was it? Mamma, one fee was one testing in Tiaban percent. Now by net sono, then go for net sono. The government elephant size, no, what is 1 person better so.
The president refuses to cut down the size of his bloated government. Human rights violations are on the ascendancy, with the recent condemnable killing of a soldier and the unfortunate brutalities in Ashaman, all of which President Akufo-Addo, as Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, refused to speak about. We have a visionless, reckless, clueless, and wasteful government that has become impervious to advice and will attack anyone who dares to advise them, including members of the diplomatic community. We have a president who desecrates the holy name of God by claiming to be building a cathedral to honor God, only to engage in dishonorable acts of diversion, corruption, inflationary pricing, and conflict of interest, which has earned Ghana the dubious reputation of digging the world's most expensive pit, worth over 58 million United States dollars. My brothers and sisters, we are all living the reality of the worst economic crisis in our nation's history, and there can be no denying of this. The president's address only served to deepen the anxiety, hopelessness, and uncertainty about the future of our country. It was all too clear that this government is grappling with the extent of the crisis they have created, let alone figure out what to do to bring us out of the mess. President Akufo-Addo failed to convince the Ghanaian people that there is any end in sight to the suffering and pain that his government's recklessness and misguided policies have brought on us. In the end, he cut an image of a leader who is hopelessly out of touch with the reality and genuine difficulties of his people. A president who believes that burying himself in a delusional bubble will make the problems vanish. Even worse was the continuation of the discredited attempt to evade responsibility for the economic atrocities that have led us to this depressing point.
And here, National Chairman Adama NDC, Amanyokono Ra Johnson, Esiedun Ketia.
Ebusia for Yugoslavia Kasiedun na baby amedokwe Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Babinga ana zisia wadi nsemi etu edi mu omrekwa oba santima ntemia na ntu awobugina wadi ni chem o keyetia na no ya ehye ya manfo bebredo a ense edo ejemu a yegina yedi bisa sane keyetia Dubai ehwe manfo gina wadwadie kwaso na boa ama nyumadwuma nyina akoso ehye ya eno nam so mpenfo gina etu anamo ekọ ho a obodi nsembe tu eni so nam yensa afebi kuraase na otwiwienu ni ade a ne no ena nam so pani enso de ni ba chiemu ho a woguso aye inspection wura bia ne mantem bi a ewo wo ho a kese di gina eja kan no ana de tu omanfo omo ewo ede adwodefo pa ene se ezezia de obi a che na dwen se da sei ana obebia ma adwadie no akoso pa na so o rehyimu a kire omanfo a won ewo pa tichiwu na adwodefo se nyakopon adwadi ampo ya adoma won a won so to no bia no eja no anka kra do ana ya de obebie na wode am won no so ama adwadi akoso se won a obabeton ene won so okoto gina enso eja mu kwan na no ana o chese se de board na kase na otwe ne de won de wo hye wo mu a se wo mu di dwuma nyina wo se wo so to ba bia anka eja anko ade a wodi yentie se de osibi kan ne nsem no
fire service any nadmo omuye adie pa because omutimi stop ijanu na 33 shops out of 8,000 na ewo na ijanu kotobo enti the person me ball mo abaso omuye adie fire service any nadmo moya adie pa Misume ba eno na kohwe se de etie minim se munyina adia hamon se munye ejuma because here too so many fire service for yakasa umusi umuni madekwa ebae so enye electrical fault so omahwe ninyina so nyame adom enchina omobebie na mo start ti akasa ana pray before meba ono say minch kanchira mo say ni onim say shops are eshiya no mohia moa enso enti abai beshe report no wa na ya boa mo na mo tumi aye mo ijuma ebe boa mo enti ni mabo nyina shedding na yebe ya report investigation ni nyina ba ya di recommendations no ebe ijuma na mo nyina mo taiki na yenye na bibia nkosiye ye pese mu ye juma na economy no so ebepija mohu enti medamu nyina si nyame nhire mu nyina bako medamu nyina si
Ewuzafo eni eti Ghana man pani na bedi eche Dr. Mahmudu Bawobia ana so zesia de awehwemu wo so to no ejanka no ko ade wagina krei wo kwa na se edwade ekwaso ana economy no ase gina brother se de ekwo e Ghana man mu no
ye free edwade wo nsamo na fa yanko awroka chai koko ani ekwadi ho nkoma Ghana koko badofo enwa musuo no wa chese sade omafo ya omotete Ghana ya hye so titiru ene omo wo Cote d'Ivoire hye so ade ekoko fa kontena se koton no ene enyan pa sa bibia manya bibia fa woni bambofo ankomuti ampam na safoi ya ncheche wo mo a ene ekoko no afie dodo ase de kwa mansa dwa so koto ne nya ne sa dodo no a abekwa kodi Africa fo nsam wapani ya wone amansadi nkita ho ekoko bodo ayowura fifi boafo ne na de nsam tu dwabra anti smuggling tax force wo mo ekokwoche omafo kokonko a 1500 bags wo mo de fa kuntuna se akwakoto omokwoche ye no na wura Joseph Wahin edu de ensami etu dwa na yentie se de wura yi ekasa wura fifi boafo yentie no
realize that it has gone beyond the border towns, where now you have people even in Accra, they package it together and try to smuggle it out. But the challenge now is that you have so many foreigners who are now involved in this business. So they come, they get the cocoa, and then they package it into different sacks, which ordinarily you would not assume that the content of it is cocoa, and then they get it out of town to our neighboring countries. So that's the challenge we are facing now. Of course, just like the story that has been reported by the finder says, we've been able to make arrests just in March about 1,500 bags, which is about 94 metric tons, and that's about over $200,000 worth of cocoa. So it's a thing. And
we understand that the level of smuggling is so serious that some districts, particularly in the Western North region, are not reporting any proper returns, purchases, so that people are paying the farmers, but they are not sending the cocoa to the right place. They will give the farmer the 800 cedis per bag, and then they'll go and sell it in Cote d'Ivoire because of the exchange rate. We are told that one of the reasons why this is thriving is the relative strength of the CFA. Is this something you are aware of?
Yes, we are very much aware of it, because the past 5-6 years, Ghana has had way better price than these neighboring countries. But the CFA strength this year has given these smugglers a window which they are cashing in, because yes, they will buy it 800 cedis from the farmer, so the farmer is not getting anything extra, and then they take it across the borders.
And to ora fifi bo afunie watch senti amount for the cocoa no call Ivory Coast so kwa akoton no nyese bia ye bo no e wo fom ana Ivory Coast for de ne so de bi nya sanete ye bo de ye pa bag ba kon se de to no ha no eye nanso Ivory Coast for Sikka no fra yi CFA no ne ho oden se fa ne ho oden aha wani mu nya se fa no kakra bia ba na ne ha se buburuja ne ho oden chen ye de no entia enti na ama amanfo de kwa Ivory Coast kokoton no na nya kuafo na de ko pieces no omo toto wa kuafo ho no momom akwakoton ne nakem omo akoton ne bebre aja to manya sika ne bebre di aba eno achi owura fifi boafo esanso eto aso kire se wo mo ebehwe se de be ya wo mo besi saade na no kwan sanse ebeha ye mpa se to aso sa ebeha ye.
Indeed, the Ivorians, when it started, drew our attention to it, that they've realized that there are some people who are taking this cocoa from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire. So yes, we are collaborating with them. Apart from that, we do not have that strong relationship with Togo. So that relationship doesn't help much. But then because of the relationship we have with Cote d'Ivoire, we are counting on it, even though it does not yield the result we are looking for. One of the things we are also doing now, at least to ensure that the people who, when they see these things, will report to us, is that, so for example, if you see someone who has loaded a truckload or has cocoa moving from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire, the cocoa, the value of that cocoa to test is given to the person who reports and the security agencies who arrest them. So it has incentivized people, and now they are willing and ready immediately to come out and give us information that we've seen this person who is involved in this business, and then the security agencies will quickly move in to arrest them.
Onipa yɛte nkan ayɛ ɔpani a ɔne amansɛde nkita ho ɛwɔ koko bɔdo owura fifi boafo
abusuafoɔ mede mo kɔkɔ ada so kwan isu esi na de nyinaa yɛ mmarahyɛ badwani a wɔwɔ honorable prof Kase3 nyako na nei wɔde ngoma ho akadeɛ bebree no a ɛde akɔma ɔmanfoɔ a wɔn ɛwɔ de kyɛm so MA Basic School na de nyinaa yɛ sɛdeɛ ngoma ɛkɔ so ɔmanfoɔ ne nyinaa sɛdeɛ Ghana ban kora bɔ ne wɔbɔden ɛwɔ Fisi High School mu no ɛno de nam so ma ɔpanyin ɛnso ɛde bi ɛde akɔma ɔmanfoɔ a wɔn ɛwɔ paa na no de nyinaa ɛyɛ sɛ ngoma sua bɛkɔ so da ɔhwɛ gunu sɛ saa bea no mu hia no ma bebree ɛno nti be hia ma wɔn ɛda no ana wɔkɔ no de 10 set of desktop computers ɛde kɔma wɔn Africa projects nyinaa ɛka ho a 22 staff chairs ɛne deɛ teacherfoɔ nyinaa bɛtenatena so na aboa ama mo so ani aka ɛwɔ office ahodoɔ gyina mu na aboa paa na no ana ɔde kɔma ɔmanfoɔ wɔn ɛwɔ a ɛsɛkyerɛfoɔ ani ɔmanfoɔ wɔn so wɔ saa kwada so nyinaa ɛso de gyiɛ na no ana ɔpanyin ɛde nsɛm bi ɛto anim mu kyerɛ mmɔfra ɛne ɔmanfoɔ wɔatwa ahyia nyinaa wɔ mmerɛkora yɛ nsɛm twɛni wɔwɔ ahɛn ɛkɔpie mu ɛwɔ hɔ a wɔkyɛ sɛ abɛnfo of republic a yɛwɔ mu nyinaa Ghana abɛn deɛ wɔbɔ mmɔden paa nana adodan kwakufa do a wɔwɔ ama zuku ɛne nnɔma bebree no a akɔ so na ɔde afutuo sonko koraa ɛma mmɔfra yi sɛ wɔn hwɛ na afei saa nnɔma no a wɔde aba no wɔn nyinaa nso bɛnya ho boapayɔ na abɔ wɔn nam afei wɔn nso adesua nso akɔ so paa na titiriw ɛne Fisi High School no sɛdeɛ bɛyɛ wɔn nso nyinaa ɛbɛnya bi akɔ na ɔde yɛntie ne nsɛm no a wɔka yɛ paa.
Wotwa evidence na ɛwɔ hɔ na ma MPP aba atɔ no wɔde Fisi High School ba yɛ nyinaa adesua akɔsoro bebree kyɛn NDC kan ɔwɔ sɛ BEC no wa sika na ɛbɔ no bɔden kyɛn sama na NDC ɛwɔ so no ɔno nso abie kwan ama obi kɔmpa na nkɔnyɛ bi a ɔsɛ bɛtuma kɔ sukuu kɔ ɛsan sɛ wɔwɔ police education ama enrollment na wa schools no ayɛ increase wɔkaeɛ na de number no of about 50,000 so no bring Gracia, Ebianca, 1 million so when school are for popular example, lot of Fisi High School, and a double tracker by it is so many classroom blocks. These schools are expanding and increasing access. So at the same day, under NPP education, one of the best and the first are there. Okay, Tibet not good. Baba do about Tibet. Technical educational education and training in this country now. I think the last year or the year before, I'm a plan no more Tibet in not about 13,000. At the speed, they about 47,000. So Tibet, I have one of I'm going to be about the more because I'm a Tibet. Yeah, no form something market. So we can still some there. You have every sector of the economy and the MPP administrative government better than the NDC. Big help, for education, for industry, for agriculture. And the NDC, how is that track record when it comes to the economy? When it comes to education, health, when it comes to industry and all that track record. So far, I think MPP are there. No, because they are I mean, they will not Ghana funding, but that's every part of the world. They go to but in the midst of that, I'm not going to find every country. So, yeah, I want to look up because the economy is still level, level in the but I find a policy is the total good.
And yet, kwada sobra shebedweni honorable prof Kase3 nyako ana de sa no magina ekwache denchebo so MA Basic School and wachi ana headmistress wo mix Philia Fidelia Suvi wono so edi bito so de ekwedi omo so do mani bedi achepa se be ya honorable no omo kakra.
Yeah, share this opportunity at Chapter 2001 and I starting project like I go see no buy the desire said a day here my letters by to say on one coffee in the green. The Akacha and so that he has come to judge really actualize our thing. God bless you. How do you? The money does. For example, say light here top, prepaid here top. You know, now we got the mental. maintenance of those computers. PTA Amwa, and also any other source of help. Previously, no, and I said, yeah, child, yes, the new reality, Kalani lay hands on. No, I said, in the air, I may imagine in your market. Imagine some mounts to say, okay, Obi to say, but with this now, at least when I feel of it, I know I actually see that.
Mings Fidelia Zui, what on the headmistress Madden Chamwaso MA Basic School, and our not answer be to the so or penny Wayad Yapa, no Mujina so Meswa, now or Monso Abwama, Womesiana so Akosopa, or Sabia.
Mamento akase abone so ewura dwadie mu biem na woni a edidwa ewo memo wo mkra ne ma de bi so akonkofo cross koton ne ade wo ma bim wo dwadie mu ayi mutakun sa business community ne no mo chese na no mo tese abanku ntabu for Professor Samuel enim ebe kan se inflation a drop